Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the greatest live show of all time. That is right, everybody. Today, we're doing yet another episode of, whatever the hell this is, whatever you want to call it. That's right. And, oh boy, I'm a little bit exhausted. I've been, dealing with, I guess you could say finals for college, this year, this semester, I guess. So, oh well, I haven't been able to stream as much. Hopefully that changes soon. We'll see how it works. I do want to, spend some time with people I care about after I'm done with finals. But once I get some of that done, I might be able to get back to daily streaming, hopefully. With that being said, hello Fixie Pixie, and congratulations on being the first person in chat. Hello Random Animator, hello Anon420 Cereal saying I'm gay. You know what, you're not wrong. Hello Rating Chaotic. Hello Random Animator, you're so pretty. Why, thank you. I really appreciate that. Hello, 33. Hello, Lexi. I hope you're all doing well. Hello, Billy Mays, saying hi, Billy Mays here. Why, hello. Oh my god, is that Billy Mays, the mayor of Quickville? Oh my god, that's crazy. Who would have guessed? Oh, man. Hello, Neptune. Oh, it's good to see you guys again. Am I low? Chat? Oh god. Oh god. Wow. Looks like my Wi-Fi is, less energetic than I am today. Dear lord, that was actually horrid. Wow. Incredible. Yeah, that was one hell of a lag spike. That was a lot of delay. Just for no reason, I guess. No, but I mean, I've gotten a good chunk of the stuff that I need to get done, right? So I've done probably like, what would it be, like half of what I need to do? Maybe a little bit more than that. I don't know. But yeah, this week has been a nightmare. Next week is probably gonna be a nightmare, probably less so. And, yeah. No, wait, today's Sunday, so last week was a nightmare, technically. Let's see. I'm at Applebee's. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. My condolences. Hello, Dumby. Hope you're doing well. What are you going to college for? Medical accounting? I mean, I'm going into business, but I don't know if I'm going to stick with that, because I don't find it particularly interesting. I might do something else. I don't know. I could see myself becoming, like, a college professor, but the only issue is I don't think I'm intelligent enough for that, if I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm just a dumb YouTuber. I'm just good at yapping and saying whatever the hell I'm thinking, That's not necessarily the skill that I'm gonna need in some sort of professional setting. I don't think that I'd be paid to just yap into a microphone in that case. I'd have to work a little bit harder than that, which, granted, I'm willing to do. Fact of the matter is, I mean, I don't know. I could see myself doing it, but it's just like, I don't know. It just seems difficult. Same thing with, like, I don't know, like becoming like a psychologist or something. Like, very difficult, very difficult. It just seems like a huge commitment. Whereas, like, oh, I'm like vaguely going into business, I guess. Like, that doesn't feel like a commitment. If you haven't noticed, I hate commitment. I'm just somebody that is vehemently opposed to it. It's just like, if there is some sort of expectation that I commit to something, you better believe that I'm not going to be committing to it. So, yeah. Hello, Jaden Day. Hello, Hotel Guy. Hello, Kanan Lewis. Hello, Moth Silly. Hello, the Janitor NG. Hope you're all doing well. Fem will be a level 100 Mafia. That's true. Hello, Batal Crafter. Hello, Cheetah Man. Hello, Femyoz Enjoyer. It's good to see you all here. Hello, Samuel McGarry. Oh, man. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're also doing well. I can't say I'm doing well right now, Now, that's mainly to the fact that, I'm busy and I hate being busy, especially when it comes to schoolwork, but I digress. It's one of the unfortunate consequences of going to college is you have to have weeks of torture, essentially. But that's okay. It's worth it. You learn stuff. Sup dog, question mark, dogette. Yeah. Let's see here. I had to take off some time from doing online stuff to deal with some self-discovery, and being a better dad. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. I hope that went well. Looks so worn, but still cute as heck. Yeah, do I physically look worn? I feel worn. Like, I've been completely worn out by, you know, college stuff and, you know. Hello, Liana. Hope you're doing well. Chat, do I look worn out? Just tired. I mean, yeah, lol. Yeah, I mean, I am tired. I've been worn out, you know. I don't understand how veterans and dead veterans only get a weekend, yet these people who look interesting get a whole freaking month. Dog, you can celebrate veterans as many days as you want. Nobody is stopping you. Go celebrate veterans right now. Like what? Go celebrate them. If you care so much, go celebrate. Go march with other people that support some veterans. Do it. Go on. Why are you in my chat? Oh, because you don't actually care about veterans. You're just virtue signaling. You just use it as like a weird virtue signal. Ah, well, what about veterans? Yeah, fucking what about them? Hey, Femi, I need your opinion. Do I take a nap or do I watch femboy TikTok compilations from Femboy Academy? Probably take a nap is the healthier idea, but what I do, probably the femboy TikTok compilations, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my gosh, you're so pretty. Thank you, Rappy. I appreciate that. Yeah, veterans do get a month, by the way. It's November, but obviously, you know, people like It's Just K1K, you know, don't know that. Because again, they don't give a fuck about veterans. They care more about their dislike of gay people than they do about veterans. Isn't that interesting? You know, just go celebrate it. It's November. Okay? Okay, Femi, you are my goddess. I will listen. All right. Fair enough. Hey, Femi, you're hot. Thank you. Anyways. Cute collar, by the way. It's a choker, not a collar. And, oh my god, that was so loud. I need to turn that down. What the fuck? Okay. Jesus. Preach, Femyoz, preach. Hell yeah. No, it's not a collar. It's a choker. Anyways. What's up? How have you been? I've been doing good. It's good to see you again, Chrisley. Hi, you're so pretty. Don't let the haters get to you. Thank you, Anna. I really appreciate that. Hello, Davy. How's Pee-Pee Girl? I think she's doing alright. She's been a little bit quiet lately. Choker, I hardly even know her. I've heard that one way too many times. Oh, dear. Way too many times. Kitty cat collar. It's a choker. It's a choker. Okay. I am poor. Fair. Honestly relatable. Well, good night. Y'all have a good stream. Well, thank you. And have a good night yourself. Dog collar. It's not a dog collar. Okay? This is slander. I'm being slandered by my own chat. Okay? Anyways, have a good stream. Don't let the transphobes get to you. I won't. We know you're not the one choking whoever her is. Shut up. Shut up. It would be me, okay? I'm like the big, strong, dominant person in the relationship. All right? I tower over them at my stature of 5'6". All right? Yes, me and Pee-Pee Girl are dating. That's a real thing. Yes. It's not a collar, parentheses, I am an authority on this. That's what I've been saying. So you get it. You understand. Aw, congrats. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. Let's go.
Anyways. Yummy water. What can I say? Short Yos, I am not short. I am tall. I'm one of the tallest people out there, all right? Chat, do you want to watch Matt Walsh? And more specifically, the N-word debate just hit peak insanity. Chat, do you wanna watch Matt Walsh defend a white woman, screaming the N-word at a black kid? Do you want to make fun of Matt Walsh and how he's gone full Nazi? Yeah. Matt Walsh, as I like to call him. Minor attracted person Walsh. You know, the person that says that he thinks that it's okay to have sex with 16-year-olds as long as it's not premarital. Now, keep in mind, this guy is middle-aged. Just keep that in the back of your mind. So, I think it's fair to say that, you know, this guy is, you know, a PDF file. We all know Matt Walsh likes them a little bit young. But that's not what we're here to talk about today, right? Instead, we're going to be talking about Matt Walsh's take on the N-word and whether or not it's something you should call black people, I guess. So, he uploaded a video a few days ago called, if it will load, the N-word debate just hit peak insanity. Oh, did it? I'm sure it did. I believe you. Let's see what this is all about.
Mark Lamont Hill loses his mind, starts shaking uncontrollably. His camera is shaking and screaming that if she says it, she'll cause him harm. Well, the N-word has been the topic of the week, every episode of America 2025.
Dude, I think your hairline should be the topic of the week, all right? That shit is receding. That is not in the same place that it was a year ago, my friend. That is, oh boy, that is a shadow of its former glory, to say the very least.
It seems to have its own plot line, and the plot of this week's episode is the
N-word. The plot line is the N-word.
You know, when compared to some of this season's
Don't you know, not being able to say the N-word at black people is anti-white racism.
installments, we have to admit that this one,
Dude, we can't even join the KKK anymore.
has been, if nothing else, pretty entertaining. And that was especially the case if you watched Piers Morgan's show yesterday, where he
Piers Morgan is not entertaining.
assembled a panel, including Myron Gaines, Lily Gaddis, who went viral with
All people that I don't give a fuck about, by
her
the
own
way.
N-word controversy about a year ago.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? Yeah, you just gotta love the fact that Matt Walsh loves talking about the N-word and thinking about it, and just wishing that he could say it without getting criticized.
And Mark Lamont Hill,
Dude, yeah, it's anti-Map discrimination.
the race-baiting activist
Anti-Map Walsh discrimination.
and former cable news personality who, according to Wikipedia, currently works for Al Jazeera. Not a very surprising career turn for him.
Holy fuck, he's so boring. God damn.
With a panel
Get to the fucking
like
point.
this, you know, you are no doubt expecting a civil, polite, intellectually rigorous debate.
Yeah, dude, I'm expecting a polite, intellectually rigorous debate about the ethics of using the N-word. Yeah, dude. Of course. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, it's a debate that hasn't been settled. Is it okay to call random black people slurs? Is it okay to call a random kid the N-word?
And if you are expecting that, then I'm sorry to disappoint you,
Oh, what? Dude, I only watch you, Map Walsh, for your intellectual rigor.
because instead it went like this.
I want to live in a country where people are allowed to say what they want unashamedly, and you
Yeah, you shouldn't be ashamed to say the N-word at black people. Like, what is her argument?
Say it. Say
you
the
will
M.
not have
Go on.
Say it. Wait. No, Piers Morgan is right. Dude, Piers Morgan is normally kind of a bitch, but he's kind of spitting here. Like, sorry, but like, if you genuinely believe this, say it. Say the fucking N-word. Do it. You won't. You don't have fucking balls.
Go on. Say the M word. Go on.
Dude, fucking base.
I'm not ashamed.
hang
Don't
on.
invite. No.
No.
I don't want you to invite this woman to say a racially harmful term in front of me,
No. Piers is cooking.
because I'm the only on here. So if she says it,
Dog. Okay. No, just dude.
I'm the victim of it. So please don't invite her.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Piers Morgan did not call this black person the N-word. That's not what he said. Dog, it's not about you. And nor is Piers actually trying to get her to say the N-word. He's proving that, no, she's not gonna say it, because she doesn't actually stand by her position.
for ratings to call me the N-word, because that's basically what it's going to be. There's a
Dog, what is he
bunch
yapping
of white
about?
people up here, you and one Uncle Tom on the left here, and to ask her to say the N-word while I'm here is ridiculous. You would not sit here with a Jewish
Bro, okay, alright, dude, he's spurging out. He's spurging out because Piers Morgan was shitting on this woman for being racist. Being like, okay, if it's not a big deal, then why won't you say the N-word? Proving that, like, oh, maybe there's, like, something that's stopping you. Maybe you are, you know, a little bit ashamed. Maybe you don't actually stand by your position. Yeah, he fucking ruined the bit. He ruined the bit because I guarantee you, the woman paused. She wasn't gonna say it. She wasn't gonna say it. And guess what? She would have looked like a fucking bitch if this mouth-breathing retard didn't start spurging out over nothing.
person and say, please use a Jewish slur in front of this Jewish. It's ridiculous. I understand you don't have any bad
But the context makes it reasonable.
intent, Piers. I understand what you're trying to do,
I-
but we
you know
already
what,
know
Mark?
she's
I
racist,
hear you.
and I don't want to invite
Mark,
a racial harm to me.
I
to
hear
prove
you.
it.
I hear you, and I accept that, and we'll leave it there. Thank you all very much.
Okay, I don't know what the fuck I just watched.
So let's review what just happened. Piers Morgan tries to coax the woman Lily into saying the N-word. Mark Lamont Hill loses his mind, starts
No, the point that Piers was making was that she wasn't going to say the N-word. Because she doesn't have a fucking spine. She won't stand by her position. That's the point he was making, you absolute mega hyper dotard. I swear to God, these people have absolutely zero media literacy skills.
shaking uncontrollably. His camera is shaking and screaming that if she says it,
Yeah, yes, I'm well aware. Well, what about this one guy that spurged?
she'll cause
It's like you as a leftist can point out all of the many different ways in which Trump has passed executive orders that make the country objectively worse. And then Matt Walsh will respond with, yeah, but like, what about this one time the crazy lefty guy was screaming on Twitter? Like, okay. Do they have institutional power? Oh no, it's just some random guy that spurged one
him
time.
harm. But in the process of screaming about how she can't say the word, he himself says the word. It's bleeped out, so you may have missed it, but
Wait, hold on. Wait. This is a really stupid argument. This is, like, you have the easiest opportunity to dunk on him by being like, yeah, this guy is fucking retarded. He missed the point of what Piers Morgan was saying. What I don't understand is why he thinks there's an equivalency between a black versus a white person saying that, where there's obviously a different context there and a different connotation. Like we all know that to be the case intuitively. Right? Now, there can be additional context that can legitimize or delegitimize the usage of the word and whether or not it's morally correct. But that is going to, in part, be context. Right? That's going to be a big part of the context. The context matters.
Mark screams that he's the only N-word on the panel. And then to cap things off,
Are you saying that black people shouldn't be able to say the N-word? Like, what is your fucking point? Or that everybody should be able to say the N-word? Oh, either everybody gets the N-word or nobody does. It's racist that only black people can say the N-word. Like, is that actually the argument that he's gonna make?
he calls the other black panelist, Myron, an Uncle Tom, which is also a racial slur. So if you're keeping
Well, if it's a racial slur, then why did you just say it? Wait, oh, it's not a racial slur. Or is it? Are you saying racial slurs? Matt Walsh, make up your fucking mind.
track it home, Mark said 2 racial slurs while shrieking about how he doesn't want to hear any racial slurs. So it's like if you were eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and
Well, I think there's gonna be a difference between, like, I don't know, some random conservative white woman calling a black person the N-word versus, I don't know, a black person saying the N-word. That, like, those are 2 fundamentally different things. Like, fucking come
someone
on.
comes by, starts freaking out because they have a peanut allergy, and while they're yelling at you to stop eating your peanut butter and jelly sandwich, they're just popping fistfuls of honey roasted peanuts into their mouth. I mean, it's like a
What a retarded analogy.
psychotic spectacle.
No, what's psychotic is the fact that you think that a black person and a white person saying the N-word are exactly the same. And that there couldn't possibly be any context that provides that makes it more socially acceptable for one person to say it and not the other.
Why do I have a problem with the scene that we just witnessed?
Is it because the guy in the middle was spurging? Just say that. That's the normal thing to
Well,
say.
on one level, I don't have a problem with it. It's really funny, but
Okay.
why do I have like an intellectual problem with it? Well,
An intellectual... Dude, it's not a serious clip. I'm sorry. There's nothing intellectual there. It's about as intelligent as your analysis, which is non-existent.
Because I love the word and I wish for people to go around yelling it at the top of their lungs. No, it's vulgar.
Oh, no, it's bad because it's vulgar.
In fact, Purr should not have asked Lily to say it.
Why? It was the ultimate power move. Dude, it's like he is getting every take wrong. This is the most obvious position that you could possibly hold. Yeah, like, yeah, the point that Purr was making was that, yeah, this bitch isn't gonna fucking say it. She doesn't have a spine, right? She wanna actually act in accordance with her principles and the shit that she's spewing, right? It's very obviously the case. That's the point that Piers Morgan was making. But he's too fucking dumb to understand that.
I mean, it's great.
Like what is he on
That's
about?
great television. Piers Morgan has a great instinct for TV, but he should not have asked her to say it.
Why? What was the issue with that?
For the same reason that he shouldn't dare her to say the F word on live TV.
Dog, who fucking cares? Yo, thank you, Fifth Key, saying, hi, Lyrios. Loved your MLP YTPs. Happy you're active. Yo, dude. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no goddamn way. Dude, we got somebody that came from my old channel, Lyrios, or Lyrios MC, saw my old YouTube poops, found this channel as a result, and is now watching this stream. What can I say? What happened to your Streamlabs? What do you mean? Is there something wrong with my Streamlabs? Streamlabs says page not found? Okay, hold on. I gotta fix that. Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay. What? Help? Help? How do I... what? Huh? Help? What? How do I make it work? Dude, what the fuck? Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, what if I do I have to put /tip? Oh, okay. Donate here. I guess I have to do /tip at the end. That was the issue I was having. Sorry about that. Ayo, Darman fam in the building. Dude, YouTube poop reaction stream when? Dude, we're not doing YouTube poop reaction stream. Oh my god. Bro, I remember I used to watch you all the time. Hi. Hello. Hello, Layla Pug. I was scared for a minute. I was like, dude, did something happen to my Streamlabs? I was actually gonna be so upset. Wait, who muted the Darman fan? No! Dude. Dude, I'm a huge supporter of Darman. What is the donation for? Well, hopefully, for me to be able to do this for a living. That would be the most ideal scenario. Will you like Trump if he frees Diddy? Yeah, dude, that's definitely my criteria for what makes or breaks a good president. Also, make sure to double tap your screen, all right? We're currently streaming in front of 234 of our closest friends and family, but we only have 40 likes. Chat, I know we can fix that. Double tap the smash like. It boosts me in the algorithm. It's free, it's easy, there's no logical reason not to do it. Additionally, if you really want to support me, the easiest way you can do that is through either super chatting or donating through Streamlabs, right? Either mechanism works. Super chat is easier. However, it's going to be the case that YouTube takes 30%. If you'd like to donate through Streamlabs, however, the Streamlabs link is in the pin message. Streamlabs.com/Femyoz/tip. Any and all donations are very much appreciated, even if it's just $1. And yeah, because this is my dream job after all. Anyways. Do you believe in God? No, but I do believe in making fun of Matt Walsh.
right? The problem is not that Mark doesn't like the word. The problem is that, and if he had just said, hey, don't tell, it's vulgar. Don't ask her to say a vulgarity on live TV.
Dude, wait, does he talk about the white woman saying the N-word? Because that's what I wanted to react to. That's what I thought this was gonna be. If it's not, then I gotta open like a new tab. And I gotta find where he talks about that one in particular. Because this is really boring. Hey, thank you so much, Ibrahim Robinson, for the $20, you beautiful fucking bastard, saying, just because you asked so nicely. Holy shit, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You're so sweet. You're actually so sweet. My membership ran out, so no more cool green name. Oh, rip. Yeah, it'd be like that. It'd be like that. Dude, he uploads so frequently. Like, hold on. Dude, look at all this fucking slop, dude. Look at all this slop. This conservative influencer attacks stay-at-home moms? Revenge of the Sith fans can't answer these star- Dude, wait! I didn't even know this was a thing!
If I don't like something, it is a national crisis.
Dude! Oh no! Dude, he's gonna- Oh my god, look at the like to dislike ratio. Holy shit. He is about to give the worst Star Wars take imaginable. He's gonna be anti-prequels, isn't he?
If I personally don't like something, it is a national crisis.
No, we can make fun of you and criticize you for your shit takes, though.
Well, I haven't done the comment section in a while, but I had to bring it back to respond to some of the comments on yesterday's show, specifically the cancellation where I canceled Revenge of the Sith after watching the re-release.
Oh, you guys, you get it? Because I'm co-opting cancel culture.
In theaters. And the comments are, as expected, very negative, very much not in agreement with me.
Oh, gee golly, I wonder why.
Very upset. A lot of very upset people. And
dude, he's so fucking boring.
I say it's not a surprise, but I did think that the prequel trilogy was pretty widely understood to be crappy.
No. There were a few neck-bearded man-children, like Red Letter Media, who pretended like the prequels were bad and pretended like everybody hated the prequels. People even going as far as to, be like 40 years old and say, George Lucas raped my childhood because he didn't make the movies that I wanted him to. Yeah, Darth Vader wasn't what I imagined him to be like when he was younger. But no, the prequels were actually fucking good. Most of the criticisms posed by people like Red Letter Media fall flat under actual scrutiny. Everybody knows this.
I thought the prequels were infamous for being low quality, poorly written, sloppy cash grabs.
No, that's the sequels. You're wrong.
I mean, there was a time when I think everyone basically saw it that way.
No, not everyone saw it that way, especially the kids that grew up with them. As somebody that grew up with the prequels, no, I always loved the prequels. I actually preferred them over the original trilogy, and I still do. Because they're actual fucking masterpieces.
But I guess now we've entered this alternate dimension where everyone's pretending that these terrible movies are actually...
Okay, what's your argument for why they're terrible? Or are you just going to say that they're terrible over and over again? Give specific examples of how terrible they are.
So, let's go through some of the comments.
Okay.
I'll just read a chunk of them right off the top.
Dude.
Might be the only time in history I disagree with you. This is an awful take.
Dude, even his own fans are shitting on him.
Matt having a non-awful take on movies challenge. Impossible.
True.
Matt Walsh on politics. Good. Matt Walsh on movies. Bad.
Half of the comment is correct.
Matt Walsh, stick to politics. Your movie takes risk the death of your side's victories in the culture war.
Dude, he's getting cooked by his own comments. Dude, even like the fucking right-wing freaks in his audience agree with my position on the matter.
Yes, our success in the culture war hinges on me liking Star Wars. I may have...
Dog, nobody is saying that. What people are saying is that you look like a fucking retard.
Just destroyed the culture by not liking Star Wars. What?
Dog, nobody is saying this. Dude, he's arguing against the voices inside of his head.
One guy on the internet doesn't like Star Wars. The culture's done. It's over.
Wait, I thought you were saying that they were objectively bad. And now it's just, you switched it back to you don't like Star Wars.
That's the kind of power I have. If I personally...
Dog, you don't have that power. Nobody is saying you do.
Don't like something. It is a national crisis. which is how
Again, he's just repeating an argument that nobody has ever
people
made.
treat it. I am not allowed to not like certain things. You're just
Nobody is saying this. If you're going to talk about the objective quality being bad, you have to make an actual argument for
you're
that.
just not allowed. There are certain things, if you don't like it, people will like.
The right-wingers in the comments disagree with him because they understand movies. Now imagine if they understood politics. No, real.
No, you're not allowed to not like that. You have to like that. Then you know.
Dude, it's just like he has no listening comprehension skills. He sees people cooking him in the comments. Rightfully so, because they gave a dog shit take. And now he's doubling down, being like, actually, what? Do you think you actually believe that this is gonna destroy culture? I have that much power? No, we just think you're retarded.
You have to like it. Yeah, but
Nobody
I
is
just don't.
saying
I just
this.
don't like it. Well, but you have to. You have
He's
to
coping so
like
hard.
it. Find a way to like it. Watch it until you like it. The beatings will continue until morale improves.
Dude, what is he yapping about?
Sorry, Matt, you're deadly wrong on this. Revenge of the Sith is amazing. Y'all
True. Fucking based.
just came to say this dude is dead wrong.
Facts.
This might be the worst Matt Walsh take ever.
That's, no, Matt Walsh has some pretty bad takes.
Unsubscribing. There are a lot of those. A lot of
Let's
unsubscribing.
go. See, dude, I'm so glad to see that people are unsubscribing from Matt Walsh. Though, I don't know, him being a pedophile is probably a better reason to unsubscribe.
Okay, so thousands of responses
Yeah, I'm sorry, but Revenge of the Sith is the best Star Wars movie.
like that. You notice what they're all missing?
I know, right? She's so pretty. Thank you.
Which is any kind of explanation for how
He's not a ped bro. He literally said that he thinks it's morally okay to fuck a 16-year-old as long as it's not premarital. Like, dude, he's created a scenario in which he believes it's okay to fuck minors. He's a pedo. He is a pedophile. He's minor attract. It's Matt Walsh, minor attracted person Walsh.
how exactly I'm wrong.
He likes minors.
I laid out my case. I explained it in detail. I explained, citing examples, why the dialogue is bad.
Why the dialogue is bad. Oh, God. Dude, he just heard some, like, bullshit talking points from fucking Red Letter Media or some shit. Here, wait. I need to find the original video that he did on, whatchamacallit, on Star Wars. Cause, let's see. Where does he do it? Where does he do it? Fuck. Okay, Matt Walsh rewatched Star Wars Revenge of the
This
Sith.
movie is outrageously.
So that you don't have to. Alright, let's see, dude. Oh my god, this one got ratioed even more. Yo. Alright, we gotta see this. We gotta see this. And then we'll go back to the other one.
This movie is outrageously, offensively bad. You could
It's offensively bad. Boy, you better have a good argument to back that one up, Matt.
make a case that it's like the worst film ever made. Well,
The worst film ever made. That's a bold claim. Surely you have substantial evidence to back that one up, Matt Walsh.
despite what my critics may claim, I think I am actually a good dad. I
No, you're fucking not. You're a pedophile.
love my kids. I make sacrifices for them.
Yeah, I'm sure you love your kids, because you do love kids after all. You just happen to love them a little bit too much. So much so that you wish you could marry a 16-year-old, as you've fucking stated multiple times, publicly.
I sometimes even subject myself to
Bro made a baby plushie of himself to attract minors. True.
unspeakable tortures for their sake. And that's what I did over the weekend when I took some of the kids to go see the 20th anniversary re-release of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith in theaters. I hadn't seen the film since it first came out, and my initial experience with the movie was such that I had no desire to ever experience it again, but
And why is that? It's because, oh, you're a miserable sack of shit. You have no taste. You don't understand what good movies are.
I didn't count on one day having children of my own who
Let him talk, please, then react. You are the worst reactor, dog. If you want to watch the original video, nobody is stopping you from going to his channel if you, I don't know, don't want to see me make fun of him.
somehow would become diehard Star Wars fans. I don't know how this happened. I'm not a Star Wars fan. I didn't pass this fandom
Yeah, trust. We can tell. We can
down
tell.
to them. I don't come from a Star Wars family. My own
We get it. You're fucking
dad was
boring.
not a Star Wars fan. He was more of a Star Trek guy. That never really clicked with me either. I have no affinity for any sci-fi franchise with the word
We get it. You're boring. You don't like anything
star in
fun.
the title. I am, however, a fan of the actual stars. You know, why watch Star Wars when you can look up at the stars at night?
Dude, this is so fucking lame. Why watch a movie that has a good story when you could stare at the sky? Thank you, Matt Walsh. Very cool.
And see the great cosmic pageant that God himself has written, produced, and directed
Dude, this is so fucking gay.
for us. That's what I've tried to tell my kids, to no avail. I gave this speech to my son once, and he said, yeah, but God didn't make lightsabers.
Dude. Yeah, but God didn't make lightsabers. He made the stars. Lightsabers aren't as cool as the stars in the sky because God didn't make lightsabers. He only made the stars.
And I said, okay, good point, but don't talk back. You're grounded. And in any
Dog, what? You grounded your own child for making a correct argument? I'm hoping this is a
case,
joke.
whether through some sort of genetic anomaly or more likely through pro-Star Wars brainwashing from their mother, who my kids are now Star Wars fans, and they really wanted to see the third film in the prequel series in theaters.
You know, I hope his kids don't turn out to be a freak like him. I hope that they, I don't know, end up growing up, realizing what a freak this guy is, and never talk to him again.
Which has just been re-released, and so I agreed.
Don't talk back, you're grounded. He learned that shit from you. What, huh? How would he have learned that shit from me? 1, he's older than me. 2, I'm anti-authoritarian. I'm against that. I think that people should talk back to authority. I think that should be encouraged.
And after suffering again through the entire 9-hour runtime, or what felt like it, I can confidently say,
dude. Hey, thank you, Mattel Crafter, for the $15, you beautiful fucking bastard. Saying Map Walsh should go back to refereeing diaper wrestling in his backyard. You know, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
that Revenge of the Sith is even worse than I remember. Like a lot worse.
Oh, it's even worse. He's even more miserable now. He has even worse taste now than he did back then.
I remember it as a boring, miserable film, but I guess I
No, you're just a boring, miserable person.
blocked out many of the details, subconsciously attempting to save myself
Dude.
from reliving the trauma.
Oh god, the trauma of watching a movie I didn't like. Ah, the horror.
This movie is outrageously, offensively bad.
Dude, he's offended by the movie.
You could, and I don't.
Dude, this is just all the more reason to love Revenge of the Sith.
I'm not saying this for effect. You could make a case that it's like the worst film ever made.
Okay, make the case then.
And sad to say, it's competing with more than one other Star Wars title for the top of that list.
Really? Which one would that be? Oh, let me guess. It's the other prequels. Ooh, the prequels are bad.
Everything about it.
He was mad he got turned down by Hayden. True, Hayden Christensen is fucking hot.
Except the score. The score is pretty good,
No fucking shit, Sherlock.
but not enough to rescue the film. If John Williams made a score for a video of a dog taking a dump, it would be slightly more entertaining than it would have been without the score, but it would still be a dog taking a dump. And this film is the cinematic
Yeah, what would the narrative structure of the dog taking a dump be?
equivalent of that. First of all, as many people have pointed out over the years, but I must reiterate, the dialogue is atrocious. George Lucas,
the dialogue is atrocious. Can you explain how the dialogue is atrocious? Can you give specific examples?
it would seem, has never heard humans speak. He writes dialogue.
No, you're a fucking idiot. You're an actual moron. Just because they don't speak the way that you and I might speak doesn't necessarily mean that it's unnatural, right? It makes sense that they speak that way within the confines of the universe, right? Like there, I think that there's like a difference, right, between non-conventional dialogue and unnatural dialogue, right? Unnatural dialogue would be dialogue that's unnatural in the context of the universe and the characters, right? Unconventional dialogue just means that's not how we would speak in the Big 25 in the United States of America. There's a huge difference there.
Dialogue like I imagine an alien would write dialogue if the only thing he knew about the human race he learned by watching daytime soap operas. There is not one moment where the script reaches even like a C grade. It is
What are you basing this off of? What are your criteria?
the worst dialogue I've ever heard in a mainstream
Okay, give examples of why you think the dialogue is
Hollywood
bad.
film. It is shockingly bad. Last
Okay, based on
summer, my
what?
kids used one of our phones to make a movie, as they called it, where they pretended to be pirates or something. And the dialogue in their 3-minute pirate movie was better than anything George Lucas came up with. So just to give
Okay, can you explain how that's the case? Like, can you compare the lines of dialogue?
one infamous example. In a scene early in the film, Anakin, played with the charisma of a metal folding chair by Hayden Christensen,
Dog, what are you talking about? Hayden Christensen is a good actor. What are you on about?
goes up to
He played Anakin exactly how George Lucas asked him to. He delivered the lines exactly how George wanted him to.
Padme, played by Natalie Portman, and says, "You're so beautiful."
Oh, of course, he's gonna go into the romance scene, which is inspired by Romeo and Juliet, right? They don't speak conventionally how you and I would speak, right? That's what it's inspired by. Keep in mind. And don't say anything that doesn't make sense within the universe, right? People in Star Wars have always spoken a little bit differently than how they do in real life. This isn't exclusive to the prequels.
And then Padme responds, "That's because I'm so in love."
Okay.
To which Anakin says, "No, it's because I'm so in love with you."
Okay, what's the issue?
That is actual dialogue in this movie.
What? You mean to tell me that, like, flirting is, like, kind of cringe sometimes? Is that your point? Well, what the fuck do you want them to say?
It commits every sin of bad script writing. It is clunky. It's on the
Dog, you found 3 lines,
nose. It
okay.
doesn't sound natural at all. Humans do not speak this way. Even
Humans do not speak this way.
humans in galaxies far, far away, unless they're living on planet Cheeseball in the lame dork galaxy. This is not how humans or
Dude, Planet Cheeseball in the lame dork galaxy? That's the best you could come up with? Jesus fuck.
any other species of sentient life forms speak or would speak. One of the most basic principles also of script writing
Yeah, oh no, the young people are cringe when they flirt. What if, yeah, no, he's fucking
is
retarded.
to show, don't tell. This is script writing 101. The absolute worst way to convey a character's emotion
Wait, hold on, wait, Star Wars is all about showing and not telling. Like, the intention is literally for Star Wars to be watchable as a silent film. George Lucas himself has said this. A lot of the shit with, like, Revenge of the Sith in particular, you can watch it without the audio, and it's still a good movie. You can still have some idea as to what's going on, right? Especially with, I mean, you were shitting on Hayden Christensen a second ago, but with his facial expressions in particular, you can see the actual emotions that he's portraying just from his face expressions alone, without the dialogue, right? Even in the scene that you just described, right? Based on the way that they're looking at each other and the setting and whatnot, right? Like, you can tell even without the dialogue that, like, okay, these are like the people that really care and love each other, right? Like, they really care about each other. You don't even need the dialogue for that.
emotions is to just have him say it. So a clever writer, or even just a professional one, knows how to bring us into the character's mind without having him broadcast it. And so if you're
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith did this. For example, I think a perfect example of this would be the scene where, after Anakin tells Mace Windu, that, Chancellor Palpatine is the Sith Lord that they were looking for, right? Obviously, Mace Windu leaves in order to confront the Chancellor. And then we get to this scene of, where it goes back and forth between, Anakin and Padme, and they're not saying any dialogue. It's just music, right? And you can physically see Anakin's internal conflict, right? They are showing it through his facial expressions, combined with the music and the lighting, right? It was brilliantly executed.
you're telling us that if you're trying to tell us that Anakin thinks Padme is beautiful and Padme is so in love, there are like a million different scenes that any decently creative and literate person could come up with that
You mean, like, I don't know, the scene that I just described?
get that message across. Instead, George Lucas just writes on the page, and then Anakin says, "You're beautiful," and Padme says, "I'm so in love," and Anakin says,
Then why wouldn't they say that? Can you explain how that contradicts their character motives? Or what the character would say instead?
"No, I'm in love," and Padme says, "No, I'm in love," and then they kiss, and then after they kiss, they both say at the same time,
Okay, what is your suggested dialogue?
I'm in love. And this way, the audience will understand that they're in love. I mean, that's literally how the script was probably written. It was written like somebody was transcribing the off-the-cuff ramblings of a 5-year-old.
No, it's based on, I don't know, the character motivation.
The entire movie is like this. There's not one line of dialogue that sounds
Okay, what would be a preferable line of dialogue?
authentic, much less.
This is something that, like, when Mahler critiques Star Wars The Last Jedi, he's able to come up with alternative solutions for what it could have done better, right? That's why his critique is good. But you're not doing that, because you're a fucking idiot.
Clever. And to make matters worse, the acting is uniformly bad. In some cases,
No, it's not. There's nothing wrong with the acting. The actors portray the characters exactly how George Lucas
this is
intended.
grotesquely bad. Now, granted, the actors were given the impossible task of delivering George Lucas dialogue, which is the modern
Dog, what was wrong with the dialogue? All you have pointed out is, well, you see, there was actually a few lines of dialogue that I thought were bad. Yeah, Map Walsh, the
film
yapping
industry
hour.
equivalent of like pulling the sword from the stone. There may be some actor out there in the world who can make this crap sound good, but he's never stepped forward. His existence is only a legend. Maybe Daniel Day.
Dog, all you've done is said that the dialogue is bad because they say what they think, I guess. Even though that doesn't contradict who they are as characters. Like, surely if they're in a private setting amongst each other, yeah, they're gonna say what they think. They're gonna say the first thing that comes to mind because they love each other and they trust each other. And they don't feel the need to have a filter. And sometimes if you don't have a filter, you're gonna say some shit that's cringe, right? Hell, me and my girlfriend say shit that's fucking cringe, but that's fine, right? Because we love each other. That's like a normal thing, right? We say whatever the fuck we think in the moment. And guess what? Maybe sometimes we have cringy lines of dialogue, but that's normal, right? Yeah, a lot of flirting is gonna be corny.
Lewis could do it. I'm not sure, but I do know that Hayden Christensen can't. Neither can Natalie
Dude, Hayden Christensen has gotten so much shit over nothing.
Portman, Ewan McGregor, Samuel L. Jackson, who are all terrible in this film. Even R2-D2's performance fell flat and uninspired.
Dog, what do you mean R2-D2's performance? Like, what the fuck is he talking about? He just hates the film for the sake of hating it. What was wrong with R2-D2's performance? Please explain. What was he doing in the original trilogy that's fundamentally different? Or does he just hate Star Wars? Even R2-D2's performance was bad. Like, dog, he just hates Star Wars.
Reportedly, I read this, that George Lucas wanted.
Like, I remember, I spent a good amount of hours shitting on the sequel trilogy, but not once did I say, actually, I think that R2-D2's performance was really bad. Yeah, dude, the beeps didn't hit the same. The beeps just didn't hit the same, bro. Dude, R2-D2's performance was so bad. You don't understand.
Wanted to cast Tupac.
Dude, George Lucas can't write R2-D2's dialogue.
In the role that ultimately went to Samuel L. Jackson, which makes Tupac's death perhaps a blessing in disguise. At least he was saved from the embarrassment of being in this movie. So we've established that the acting and dialogue were terrible. Many apologists for the film, and I've heard this in just since yesterday because I tweeted about this, and a lot of people were very upset, as you would expect, that I thought the movie was bad. But what I found is that a lot of people were conceding both points, but then claiming that the movie is still good.
No, I'm not even conceding either point. I'm not conceding either point. Like, goddamn, you're
Now, of
retarded.
course, saying that a movie has bad acting and bad dialogue, but is still good.
Except most people aren't saying that. Now, what a lot of people will say is some of the dialogue is bad, right? You'll hear a lot of that. Some of the dialogue is bad, some of it is shit. But guess what? It's Star Wars. Who fucking cares? Most of it is good.
Is like if you ask someone their opinion of the local Italian.
Acting isn't terrible, it's the directing and dialogue. I don't know how he doesn't understand that basic fucking concept. Yeah, if that was his argument, I would be able to, like, engage with that, right? I would still disagree with it, right? Like, I still wouldn't agree that it's bad, right? I think it was perfectly fine for what George Lucas's vision was. But, like, that's a more respectable critique than whatever the fuck this is.
Joint, and they say, well, the customer service is.
Then, actually, R2-D2's performance fell flat. Whatever the fuck that means. Yeah, in this movie, he beeped like this. In the other, he beeped like that. It's differently. Just R2 didn't feel like he wanted to be in the new movies. But he couldn't turn down the money. Hey, thank you, Sharp Pull Bullet, for the $1.99 saying Matt thinks he's edgy by hating Star Wars. Yeah, which is fucking weird. Because, like, I don't know. Like, I've seen, like, a lot of chuds that are, like, huge Revenge of the Sith fans. So it's like, I thought that I was, like, the weird one for being, like, a lefty that, like, I don't know, is, like, a huge fucking Star Wars nerd that, like, loves the prequels and hates the sequels, right? But I think that maybe I just have internet brain. I don't know.
Is terrible.
Yeah, exactly. Some of the dialogue in the original trilogy was also bad. But guess what? Nobody cares. The original trilogy was
The
still
food tastes
good.
bad, but overall, it's actually a great restaurant. By definition, it cannot be a great food service establishment if it fails in the areas of both food and service. And a film cannot be good if it's poorly written and poorly performed.
Except it wasn't. You haven't established this. You're like, well, there were some people on Twitter that said it was.
What's left to make it good? What could possibly
Star Wars is full of bad dialogue, Lamau, I love it, but still. I guess you could make that argument.
rescue
There's nothing, that doesn't make it bad, though.
a film if both the guy who wrote it and the
Like, there's like an actual story worth being told. Yeah, the sequels do suck objectively. There's just like no coherent story. It's just tug of war between two directors that hate each other.
guys who acted in it have failed in their jobs. In a world that constantly challenges our values, now is a time to stand tall and boldly proclaim the truth. This
Dude, I don't give a fuck. What is he yapping about?
movie doesn't have good action scenes. The action scenes are long and busy.
What? The movie doesn't have good action scenes. What are you talking about? Revenge of the Sith is the best action scenes out of all of the movies in
And
Star
lots
Wars.
of things happen in them, but they aren't.
No, lots of things happening. That's so
not
bad.
good.
Why are they not good?
I mean,
Explain
the fight
that.
choreography is terrible.
What? I'm sorry, what? The fight choreography is terrible? I'm sorry. The fight choreography is terrible. The fight choreography is terrible. Hold on. Wait. Give me a second, okay? All right. Give me 1 second. All right. Hold on. All right. I gotta mute because of copyright. Give me a sec. Oh my god, play, please. Yeah, dude. All right. Let me skip ahead. I don't know why the quality is kind of scuffed. Like this is bad choreography. Oh, I accidentally had it sped up slightly. Like where's the bad choreography? Where's the bad Please explain where I'm looking for the bad choreography. Where is it? Where's the part where they have bad choreography? Like, dog, they made lightsaber combat an art form. Where's the bad choreography, Matt? Like, what? This is the best choreography ever. Like, I'm sorry. This is about as good as it gets. Like, what? Like, I'm sorry, but Revenge of the Sith is peak Star Wars.
It's clumsy and nonsense.
Yeah, it's clumsy? Wait, are you talking about the sequels? Because I would agree that the sequels are terrible in terms of choreography. I think he heard some critiques of maybe The Rise of Skywalker or The Last Jedi Praetorian Guard fight. Maybe he heard those critiques and thinks that, well, the prequels are bad probably, so maybe it applies to that as well. Because in the sequels, it looks like they're swinging around fucking barbells. Like, it looks like they swing it the way you would swing a barbell. It looks like they can fucking barely lift the thing. Sabers are fucking heavy. It's fucking heavy sabers. But in the prequels, no, that is literally the peak of choreography. Like, what are you talking about?
Nonsensical and uninspired. Many of the Jedis who are supposed to
Uninspired? Dog, what are you talking about? He was pushing the limits of fight choreography and visual storytelling and VFX. Like, what are you talking about?
like intergalactic
Are you live? Yes.
ninjas, like the Karate Kids of the Cosmos or whatever, have shockingly bad reflexes. I mean, Revenge of the Sith features some of the slowest fight scenes I've ever seen. There's a
What? The slowest fight scenes you've ever seen. I'm sorry. Did I hear that correctly? Features some of the slowest fight scenes that he's ever seen. Some of the slowest fight scenes he's ever seen. Hold on. Let me find like a version that doesn't it's not like discolored. Hold on. Oh, what? Fuck. I'll do the... Oh, wait. You guys wouldn't have the 60 FPS version. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's see. There's like a remastered 4K 60 FPS version of this fight. Like, okay. Does this look slow to you? This is 1x speed. Does this fight look slow? Is this a slow fight? Yeah, can you explain how this is slow? Like what, huh? Apparently this fight is just too slow. It's too slow for Matt Walsh, okay? He needs it to look something more like this, okay? This is what Matt Walsh wants the fight to look like. This is what he wishes Revenge of the Sith could have been. Just 2x speed that shit. Dude. Like, I'm sorry, I just can't take it this seriously. I can't take him seriously at all.
There's a scene where Emperor
Yeah, dude, what? Dude, where was the Subway Surfers at the bottom? What the hell?
Palpatine, or whatever his name is who I guess is not an emperor yet in this, but he fights off a group of Jedis who came to apprehend him.
Okay, I agree that this is probably the weakest fight of the prequel trilogy. Either, yeah, that would be the weakest fight of the prequels, I think. And that's because Ian McDiarmid doesn't know how to do anything with the lightsaber, right? And you had to, like, learn pretty quickly for the movie. Now, I think that they should have used a stunt double. That would have been preferable. Have a stunt double for, like, the further away shots, and then have close-ups like what we got as well in conjunction, right? And you could have had a really good scene. But
And the actor who played Ovaltine was in his mid-60s, and he moved like.
George didn't want it, though. I know, and that's something you could criticize him for.
And yet, despite swinging the lightsaber with all the speed and vigor of a retiree playing softball, he still easily dispatches like multiple Jedi warriors who are supposed to be, you know.
Dude, he doesn't know what a Force scream is. Also, it's going to be the case that, like, he's never going to talk about the Anakin versus Obi-Wan fight. You know, the one that was, like, good, the one that matters the
greatest
most.
warriors in the universe. And in.
Yeah, it's like Matt Walsh was zoning out while watching the movie and is constantly thinking about how much he hates it. It's like, wow, I wonder why.
Just with a casual, you know, flick of the lightsaber, they're dead. That's it. And the fight scenes are also funny because they use stunt doubles or CGI to have the Jedis do flips and random, like, midair 360 corkscrews like Simone Biles for no obvious strategic reason. But for the rest of the time, they have the actual
I don't think he understands how momentum works.
actors, I guess,
Like, tell me you don't understand how momentum works without telling me you don't understand how momentum works.
doing the moves. So we're treated to the spectacle of fighters who can jump and flip like Olympic gymnasts. But when they're
Yeah, that's the
not
Force.
jumping, they move like these clumsy old dudes. So the action isn't good. Script isn't good.
The idea behind it is that it would be like, I mean, I would agree that like the scene with where Palpatine fights the 4 Jedi, like, I think that could have been better, and I think that's like a fair critique. That doesn't mean that all of the action is bad. Like, you just found like the 1 weak sort of memeable aspect of the movie, and you're using that as like a weird way of like painting the entire movie as bad.
You know, acting isn't good.
Did he? Yeah, he probably did watch the movie with an iPad in front of him the whole time. He's literally a fucking iPad kid.
What's left? The story? Can we possibly say that although the action
Yes, the story is
bad, the
good.
dialogue's bad, the action's bad, at least the story was good? Well, no, we
Yes.
can't, because unfortunately, this ship hit multiple massive narrative icebergs, so that by the end of the thing, the thing was so riddled.
What are the narrative icebergs? Dude, is he gonna do like the bullshit where it's like, actually, Anakin turned to the dark side too fast? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, not like they established him beginning to turn in the previous movie. Not like they established a character arc across 3 movies. That couldn't possibly be the
with
case.
holes that it could just barely stay afloat. So let me give you just 2 examples, both from the end of the movie. In the climactic battle sequence between Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi,
Oh, now that we're not talking about choreography, you bring that one up. Okay, that's very interesting. Why weren't you talking about that when you were talking about how bad the choreography is? Isn't that
takes
fascinating?
place on a lava planet for some reason. I don't remember why they went
Because that's where the Separatists were hiding out. So Sidious sent the Separatists there so that he could send Darth Vader to go kill them.
to a lava planet. Maybe there was a good reason. Okay, why would anyone go to a lava planet if there are thousands of planets
It was the Separatist hideout. What are you talking about? It was a mining facility.
and you can go to any of them faster than the speed of light? Why would you ever choose the lava planet for any activity? What possible activity
It was literally a place where they would mine resources. What are you talking about? Now, they specifically have the Separatists go there as like a place to hide because the war was ending.
why would you ever go to it? Why would anything ever happen on?
Because they were fucking hiding. That's the point. You wouldn't think to go to it if you're the Republic. That's the point. They were hiding.
Is it because Anakin was evil?
No, dumbass.
So when you turn evil, you suddenly develop an affinity for lava? You know,
No, it was so that he could go kill the Separatists, you fucking moron.
that's-
Pay attention to the story.
that is it. That's it. That's George Lucas's writing for you.
No, that's you not paying attention to the story because you're a fucking idiot. You're dumb as fuck. He didn't just go to Mustafar for fun. He went there because Palpatine told him to go kill the Separatists there. Because that's where the Separatists were hiding, and Palpatine knew this. But you weren't paying attention. You were probably on your phone the whole time, or just zoning out, thinking about how bad the movie is. And how you just can't wait for the movie to be over because you can't have fun. You're incapable. So, instead, you've created your own narrative for why he went there. Because you don't know, you weren't paying attention.
Well, he's evil, so he must like lava.
No. he had to go kill the separatists.
Anyway, so they were on the lava planet fighting, and they were leaping from one piece of floating debris to the next, because that's how it works, right? Never mind.
Yeah, they were using the force to leap higher so that they didn't fall in the lava. Like what?
The fact that if you jumped onto a piece of metal that was floating in lava, you would quickly burn to death. But that's not.
Dog, they literally have like a way of visually showing. Like it visually shows, right? That there's like a little there's like blue stuff like around like the droid and stuff, right? Like there's like I don't know if I'd say not shield generator, right? But there's like there's like some sort of like thingy that like protects it, right? Like you don't need to even like you don't have to know like expanded universe lore or anything, right? Like look at this platform, right? Look at this platform. You see how it's like got glowy stuff around it? Look at the glowy stuff. Look at how there's glowy stuff on it. That's why his feet don't burn. Pay attention to the movie. The platforms don't usually have glowy stuff on them, but they do here. That's the thing that makes it so that the platform doesn't fucking melt in the lava, dumbass. Pay attention to the movie that you're critiquing. Like you can literally see the blue glowy stuff. There's blue glowy stuff on it. That makes sure that it stays cold. Right? That's necessary for the mining operation that takes place there. The mining, because it's a mining planet, right? They mine resources there. That's what it's mainly for. Right? What a stupid criticism.
Not the point. The point is that this scene ends with Obi-Wan Kenobi jumping off of one of the lava rafts and onto a gently sloping hill. And then he turns back to Anakin, who's still floating on the lava, and says, "It's over. I have the higher ground." The fact that Obi-Wan Kenobi is slightly elevated over Anakin is supposed to somehow mean that he automatically wins the fight?
No, dumbass. Pay attention. Right? Reason that he says this is because he knows that Anakin is going to take the bait. Right? And what I mean by this is in episode 1, Obi-Wan Kenobi killed, Darth Maul ended up surviving, Clone Wars. That's besides the point. But just based on the movies alone, right? He killed or seemingly killed Darth Maul, right? By doing the same fucking maneuver that Anakin tried, right? He jumped over Maul's head and cut him in half. That's what Anakin was going to try to do to Obi-Wan, right? Because Anakin knew this. Anakin knew this was the maneuver he did, right? And he wanted to stick it to Obi-Wan by doing the same thing. Right? He wanted to use his own move against him. But Obi-Wan was able to easily predict this. That's why Anakin failed to defeat Obi-Wan. It's because of his arrogance. And Obi-Wan knew this. He exploited this. That was why he knew that the fight had been won. Because he knew how to exploit Anakin's weakness. This is very evident. This is evidently the case. Right? And you see how it plays out. It's very evident that Obi-Wan would know this. It's thematically very evident. It's also symbolism for the moral high ground. Not to mention the fact that he did fuck up the quote. What did he say?
Floating on the lava and says, "It's over. I have the higher ground."
No, he says, "It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground." Dude, holy shit, Matt Walsh just has a way of sucking the fun and tension out of the best scenes of a movie with the dumbest sentences. No, literally.
The fact that Obi-Wan Kenobi is slightly...
I could just imagine how miserable it would be talking to this guy in a theater. No, literally. I don't know how old you are, Fem, but did you ever play episode 3 on the PS2? No, but I do know what you're talking about. You're talking about the alternate ending where Anakin is able to kill Obi-Wan, right? Obi-Wan swings, misses, and then Anakin stabs him in the back, and then kicks his body down the hill, and then he kills Palpatine after getting a new lightsaber.
Elevated over Anakin is supposed to somehow mean that he automatically wins the fight? Except that Anakin just 5 seconds earlier had leapt like 30 feet in the air with effortless ease. So even if the higher ground...
Hold on, wait. If we're talking about him leaping in the air, right? The reason that he would specifically want to leap, because keep in mind, I guess he wouldn't know this, but there was a specific move that Obi-Wan used to chop off 3 of his limbs, right? Chop off 3 of Anakin's limbs. That's specifically forbidden by the Jedi Code, right? I forgot what it's called, but that's the thing. Anakin didn't expect Obi-Wan to use such an aggressive move, especially because Obi-Wan is known for having a very defensive fighting style, right? Now, of course, Obi-Wan did so anyway because he was desperate. He didn't have anything else he could do. But keep in mind that Anakin was arrogant. He wasn't thinking. He wasn't thinking clearly. He wouldn't have that assessment. He wouldn't be able to assess it that way. Additionally, he would want to be close enough for his lightsaber to be able to hit Obi-Wan. If he was too far, if he jumped 30 feet in the air, then it would take too long for him to get to Obi-Wan, and then Obi-Wan would be able to defend against it. You just obviously don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Ground is decisive. He could easily just jump higher than Obi-Wan Kenobi was standing. Or he could
Yeah, and then Obi-Wan would have more time to react to it. He would have an easier job at defending it, right?
walk up the hill and continue fighting. This is a wide hill. Anakin could jump to any
Yeah, he could walk up the hill, but he didn't because he was arrogant. That's his character.
spot on the hill where his opponent is not standing. Or he could float down a ways and jump onto a different hill and then continue the fight. There's no reason why Obi-Wan
No, I think what Anakin should have done is he should have, like, used the Force to fling lava at Obi-Wan. That's what I would have done if I was Anakin.
Kenobi standing on a hill should have ended the fight. Unless Anakin did the one thing he decided to do, which was to jump directly over Obi-Wan's head so he could just casually reach up and cut his legs off. And that's how it ends.
Yeah, that was a move that was forbidden by the Jedi Code.
The whole sequence with Anakin just presenting his legs to be cut off. Here you go. It made no sense. Also, there's this problem. This is the last thing. The whole reason that Anakin turns to the dark side is because he had his visions that his wife, Padme, was going to die.
Well, now you have the lava ground. Yeah, wasn't that in, like, a how it should have ended video?
Ovaltine promises him that if he goes to the dark side, he can stop his wife from dying. And then, which by the way, is not a bad concept. Like, that idea is not a bad idea.
Okay, I'm glad you agree.
And then right before the final battle, Anakin seemingly chokes her to death himself. And this could work in a tragic sense. He turned to the dark
Yeah, because he's
side to
enraged.
save his wife, but then he ended up killing her. Except the problem is that for some reason, we learn in the next scene that he didn't kill his wife. The doctors tell us that his wife did not sustain any physical damage at all, yet she was still dying of a broken heart or something. So rather
I think that is medically possible to die from depression.
than having the tragic ending of Anakin killing the woman who he
Like, if you like, I think there's, like, a few rare cases. I think there's, like, a few rare medical cases where, like, extremely high levels of stress can actually cause somebody to die. It's very unlikely. It statistically almost never happens, right? Yeah, a lot of older couples die days apart. Yeah, there's reason for that.
was supposedly trying to protect. For some reason, Lucas pulls the punch so that the whole choking incident was irrelevant. And now we have Padme giving up on life because her lame goth boyfriend turned evil.
Dog, Anakin was not goth, though. Like, what are you talking about?
So instead of her dying a tragic death, she turns out to be a selfish coward who's not motivated
No, she's not a selfish coward. Like, what are you talking about? She didn't choose to die. She didn't choose to be in that level of distress.
to live for the two children.
Would you rather do a 1 milliliter shot of estradiol or 1 gram of progesterone? Probably estradiol.
She just gave birth to. And then we cut to the next scene where Darth Vader finds out that Padme died and then throws his hands in the air and shouts, "No."
Yeah, how the fuck else are you meant to respond if you find out that the person that you love more than anybody else in the world, you know, the one thing that is keeping you going, the one thing that you actually care about, right? Your favorite person in the whole fucking universe dies. Yeah, of course that's going to be how you react. What the fuck else is he supposed to be saying? Like, did nothing? No, he's going to have a reaction. He's just a human
More
being.
atrocious writing from George Lucas. I mean, there were dozens of
Well, what the fuck else was he meant to
potentially
say?
profound and interesting ways to have this character respond to this news.
Such as?
Instead, Lucas beats you over the head with the cliche sledgehammer.
Okay, so what would these other better ways be? Please explain.
Literally having a character throw his arms in the air and shout no. I've never seen anyone do that in real life ever in my life.
I don't think he throws his arms in the air, but he does say no. But what would your suggestion be?
It just doesn't happen.
What would he say that would make more sense?
So anyway, the point is, at this point, the promise that Ovaltine
Oh, you don't have any actual suggestions because you're a fucking
made to
idiot.
Vader has been revealed to be a lie. So why does Vader stay loyal to him? There's no reason. The entire
So, according to George Lucas, this is because his force potential has been substantially decreased, right? That's going to be one reason. So, before the loss of any limbs, before getting burned, etc., right? Based on his midichlorian count, Anakin had the potential to become twice as strong as the Emperor, right? By the time he was all cut up and Darth Vader in the suit, right? He had about 80% the potential of the Emperor, right? That's according to George Lucas. Additionally, he had nobody else, right? He had killed people from the Jedi Order, right? His wife is dead. He has nothing else to live for, right? This is Palpatine is the one person that was there for him in like a sick, twisted, kind of fucked up way, right? So that's going to be the only thing he cares about, is that and his lust for power, which is something that's been established.
Narrative motivation for this character's transformation was yanked away at the last minute, and there's no attempt to deal with that problem at all. So the acting is bad, the script is bad, the action is bad, the story's bad. What can this movie hang its hat on?
Except you don't have any arguments for why that's the case.
We can't even give it marks for tone, because tonally the film's also a disaster. It's written and acted
This guy is truly just bait. Surely nothing he says is a valid point. No, he's not bait. He's just retarded.
like a campy, cheesy comedy that has old guys doing backflips with laser swords. But at the same time, George Lucas wants it to be like this dark operatic masterpiece.
Which it is.
Has Anakin slaughter a whole room full of children.
Yep.
No, I have no issue with your villain doing something heinous, but you can't have a campy, cheesy movie that's also dark and also...
Wait, hold on. You can employ elements that might be considered campy or cheesy in terms of like what kind of character somebody is. Like somebody can just be like kind of a corny or campy person in general, right? They might say things that are a little bit silly, right? But that sort of makes them more endearing, right? That makes it all more tragic when they become like a genuinely vile person, right? Like you care about them at that point. Like you've grown to connect with that character. That's the point.
Features the mass murder of kids. Like all of those notes together make not for a symphony, but for a hodgepodge of noise. If anything, it sounds more like the orchestra warming their instruments up before the performance.
No, you just don't like good movies.
Which is maybe the best analogy for this film, because despite being one of the worst movies ever made, it does maybe have the potential to have been pretty good. It has some good ideas.
No, it is pretty good.
At least. It just needed a new script.
Dog, there was nothing wrong with the script. I'm sorry. The script was perfectly fine. Now, obviously, the comments are fucking cooking him. The ability to speak does not make you intelligent. Qui-Gon. Dude, so real. That's so real. I suddenly like this movie more, knowing that Matt hates it. Matt came out of the womb as an old curmudgeon. True! True. Master Even PL. I did not die in Order 66 for this. Faith in your taste of movies, misplaced by me, baby. As is your faith in the dark side of the Force. Why watch Star Wars when you could look up at the stars at night? It's such a grumpy dad thing to say. Anyways. This is where the fun ends. Matt Skywalker. True! True! Oh my god. The action scenes are not good. The fight choreography is terrible. You could have said that in the beginning so that I knew this video wasn't worth watching. Matt Walsh's takes on this movie are outrageously offensively bad. You can make the case that he's the worst movie critic to ever exist. Dude. Let's go, dude. Everyone is cooking him. Everyone is cooking him. Stick to American politics. You're not ready for the Galactic Senate. Oh my god. Tell me you didn't understand the film without telling me you didn't understand the film. Bro, really stick to what you think you know best on social politics. Okay, he doesn't know shit about social politics either. Like, as somebody that knows both about social politics and about Star Wars, he doesn't know shit about either. He's about as competent in both of these. He's about as good of a movie critic as he is at talking about politics. He sucks at both of them. Anyways. This was totally out of league. Your knowledge is disturbing. Anyways. Matt Walsh having a non-awful take on Movies Challenge Impossible. Oh yeah, you read that one. I think this is one of the ones that he read. Of course, he had to include ones where it's like They're like, actually his politics are good. Or whatever. When it's like, no, the top comments are shitting on him. Saying, you're just like not an intelligent person. Or that, knowing that Matt hates it makes me like it more. It's like you had to scroll past all those. Also, Billy is, like, actually schizophrenic. Like, he actually is diagnosed with schizophrenia. I'm not even joking. I don't know why this is a point of contention. Let's see. Matt Walsh's definition of fun is probably Bible study every day of the week for hours on end. Imagine taking this charisma vacuum's opinion on media seriously. Dude. Fucking preach. Preach. You know what? Based on this comment section alone, I will not watch today's Matt Walsh episode. I'm going to the theater now just to support Revenge of the Sith. Let's go. Oh my god. Apparently he also has a bad Lord of the Rings take. Dog, I'm sorry, but spurging and schizo are perfectly fine terms to say. I don't know why you would have an issue with that. But, yeah, dude, I can't do this. He does not have a young George Lucas vibe to him. He has no creative energy. Right? And he's balding. And he looks dysgenic. Whereas George Lucas doesn't. Dude, have you seen what young George Lucas looks like? Dude, hold on. Young George Lucas, dude. Like, I'm sorry, but like, dude was kind of hot. Like, dude was hot. I'm sorry. Dude, he kind of looks like Jesus, okay? He's like hot. He's not dysgenic like Matt Walsh. Or Map Walsh, sorry. Like, dude, look at him, alright? Smash. Yeah, exactly. Dude, I'm sorry, but like, smash. Dude, he's hot as fuck. Dude, Matt Walsh wishes he could look like this. He never has and never will. But yeah. And now he's like a nice old grandpa. He's like a nice grandpa. He's like a sweet old guy now. But yeah. We love George Lucas on this channel. It's weird to think that he's the same age as Mark Hamill, because, like, not the same age, but, like, I don't know, they look roughly the same age. I don't know, maybe they're not, but at least in this photo they do. But, like, I always think of George Lucas looking how he does now. You know what I mean? But, like, it's like, no, when he was directing, like, he was, like, a young dude. He was like a hot guy. Like he was like I'd fuck. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh, apparently this is him without the beard. He doesn't look as good in this. Dude, he's one of the few people where I think he looks better with a beard. And that's rare. Most men look better without beards. But for whatever reason, just like the beard just fits his face so well. Like, a beard just makes sense for him. Like, what can I say? Apparently, George Lucas without hair looks like that person. Okay. Anyways. But yeah, we love George Lucas. George Lucas is great. We hate Matt Walsh. Because Matt Walsh is a pedophile. A fucking freak. Anyways. Chat, how y'all doing? I think that's gonna, like, be a good way to end off today's segment and stuff. You know. I haven't done a fit check, though. I haven't done a fit check. It's you know, this fit. This one. Kinda a little bit revealing. I am kind of fridge brick gigahun man motor maxing right now. Alright, I'm ogre maxing, but that's okay. Alright. You know what? It could be worse. Could be worse. But yeah. Oh, I gotta be careful. I gotta be real careful with this. This is such a short ass skirt. Girl, you're giving me gender envy? Wait, really? You guys are so sweet. I swear to God. You're just saying that to be nice. And stuff. Oh. Oh. That's an interesting angle. Dude, I almost look like a woman from that angle. That's crazy. Oh my God. Sorry. Whoa, get it, girl? Dude, I need to grow my, I need to grow my tits out. Aw, we love making the pretty girl happy. You guys are so sweet. You guys are very nice. What can I say? Very nice people. Anyways. Here. I gotta, like, find, like, someone call the fire department, it's getting hot. Wait, if I do this, do you think I'm gonna get more views? If I sit like this. Dude. Are the concurrents gonna go up? Anyways. Damn, he's gonna be like 80 in 3 days? Who? George Lucas? Femi is a booby streamer now? Yeah. Dude, if I sit like this, then I can get more views, okay? This is how I increase concurrence. 81? Oh, dude, he's turning 81. Let's go. Femyoz, I dislike all women, including you. Dude, fucking based. Definitely everyone likes a titty crack. Dude, what can I say? This is like... Dude, I gotta get closer to the camera, so, like, you can't see what I'm doing with my arms. Either that, or, like, people will just have to, like, not notice that I'm, like, squeezing them together. Next stream equals hot tub stream. Dude. Gender-affirming misogyny is great for real. Anyways. Dude, we do love gender-affirming misogyny over here. It's the only good kind of misogyny. You know. What can I say? Dude, actually, dude, if I had a ponytail, but then, like, there's, like, hair covering my face, I feel like that would also work. Unironically. Well, actually, I don't know. Would it work if I... Yo, wait. Low-key? If my hair stays like this could actually look kind of good. Wait. I get your armpits so smooth? I don't know, I just, like, shave them and stuff. Cleavage equals stonks. Femyoz, if there's enough donation for you and your GF. Yeah, I mean, I think my insurance covers laser hair removal and HRT, so, well, that's good, that's good. No, it doesn't, no, because it, like, yeah, because my hair gets all messed up. She has a GF? Yeah. I do. Anyways. Yo. I don't know. What rating out of 10 would you give young George Lucas? Ooh. That's tough. I actually don't know. Probably like... I don't know, he's pretty hot. Probably like an 8. Yeah, I'd have to go with like an 8. He's pretty fucking hot. I'd say out of every guy with like a beard, he's like the hottest one. Like, I don't think I've ever like he's one of the few people that can like pull off a beard and like have me be attracted to them. You know what I mean? most people just can't do it. I don't know. There's like something that just like gives off like artistic guy. There's just something about him. You know what I mean? But hear me out. Revenge of the Sith Yoda. Who is Xavier Samuel? I don't know who that is. I guess you want me to search him? Okay. Oh, I see it. I see it. I think it depends on what his hair is like. Because in some of them, I'm like, okay. And others, it's like, eh. I think dude, when he has like longer hair, it kind of fucks. You know what I mean? He kind of fucks with longer hair. No, stop. Gotta get rid of that facial hair, though. I don't think facial hair works for him. I think he should go with the twink look. Or this mustache, I guess. This mustache actually kind of fucks a little bit. Okay, anyways. But yeah, I could see why you'd be attracted to him. He's kind of cute. Yeah, I've thought about getting bangs actually. I don't know what layers in the front of my face would look like, but god damn, you're so cute, insane. Aw, thank you. Hot take, Schlatt looks hotter post-twink death. Dude, you're full of shit. I don't even know what he looks like. Hold on. Xavier Samuel 2007. Yeah, but then his hair is shorter. Oh, I guess over here. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell with like some of these photos. Because like the lighting kind of fucks him a little bit. Ooh. Okay, smash. Dude, what he needs is the hair like this, but without the facial hair, is what I'm saying. Or like this, but no facial hair. That would be like the best of both worlds. Because like... Or like this. This is pretty good. But yeah. Yes, this is my real hair. I don't know who the fuck is Schlatt. Are we talking about Jay Schlatt? Was he a twink? I'm confused. I don't know who the fuck else you're... I don't know. The Mr. Miss Manchi look doesn't suit him. Dude. You know, I think that Mr. Miss Manchi looks great. And stuff. Hold on. Mr. Miss Manchi. Dude. Ugh, dude, I'm not finding like the actual like good images. That I have, like the ones that I have like saved on my phone. Okay, I'm just gonna have to search Boblax and hope that... Ah, God. Dude, I mean, I don't know, man. I think he fucks, dude. I think he fucks. Come on. He obviously fucks. Come on. I don't know what y'all are on about. Dude, he obviously gets mad pussy. Y'all are crazy. Come on. Are you telling me that this beautiful specimen right here doesn't get mad pussy? Come on. You're telling me that this greasy baboon doesn't get mad pussy? Come on. I need it, dude. Hold on. Boblax dress. Hold on. We need Bo Black. We need the Bo Black stress pick. Dude, I can't find the good one. Okay, well. Oh well. Well, it's an interesting way of ending stream, but what can I say? Goodbye, everybody. Femyoz will go to bedios. Is that so? Is that so? Epios? I am kind of EP. Goodbye.